do this. Oh, you had it on mute. Nice.
Hey everyone. Welcome to our live stream today.
Yeah. Today we are here with Jessica Steele, Bobo.
Jessica Steele Bobo.
Jessica Steele Bobo from Kalamazoo.
You already got a shout out from Mama Jigs.
Oh,
Yep.
of course.
J Jigs.
Yep,
So you had to drive up here. It was good. You made it. We're really thankful that you did that.
For sure.
That's great.
Wasn't bad.
Wasn't bad. Awesome.
I just want to add that she had 2 stops to 2 different Starbucks on the way in.
Yeah.
All right. So we're good. We're amped up.
So what's your drink? What's your
I got
go-to?
a Frappuccino today, actually.
2
Twice?
Frappuccinos?
2 Frappuccinos.
1
twice.
continual Frappuccino.
1 continual Frappuccino.
Is it like
Yeah.
what flavor?
I got caramel today.
Okay.
The second
Caramel
Starbucks
day.
lady saw the first Starbucks. I think she judged me a little bit.
You can just use the same cup.
Right, just refill it, please.
So are you like a Starbucks enthusiast?
I am, yes. When I first met.
I remember that.
Yeah.
It was out of necessity that I went there,
Yeah.
just to be honest. But there are times where it cuts out large chunks of conversation when this skips a little bit. Have you noticed?
It just went back to perfect streaming.
Okay.
So now we're perfect streaming. Excellent.
Are you watching on Facebook as well, Dom?
Yeah.
Hey guys, this is real life. Real
Yeah,
life struggles
we're
right
doing
here. So here we are. All right, well let's continue. So you were asking a very important question.
Ketchup on
Do
mac
you
and
put
cheese?
ketchup on mac and cheese?
And I do not.
Do you
No.
cut up the little hot dogs and put it in there?
No.
All right.
So what?
Do
do
you?
you have a favorite brand?
Okay. Homemade mac and cheese.
Homemade mac and cheese.
Yeah,
Okay, that's
Oh.
We're
important.
not
That's
doing
key.
craft.
Not like
It's like,
craft.
no,
Okay.
it's like baked mac and cheese.
Okay.
Oh, real deal.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So I was talking to Jessica out there, and what sign are you?
Oh, what sign? I'm a Scorpio.
Scorpio. She's into astrology.
Right over my head.
Oh, is
I
it?
don't know anything about this.
Oh, that's sad.
So how
But I'm
much are
excited
you
to learn.
into it?
Just a little bit into
Like,
it.
do you know all of the, what would you call them? Signs?
Yeah, there's
you call them.
Okay.
They're called signs.
So when's your birthday?
I'm
20th?
December 21.
21.
Oh,
He's
you're a
Sagittarius.
too.
Also, I've been told I'm a cusp.
Yes.
You're on the cusp of rising Capricorn, descending
I
Sagittarius.
don't know what that means.
That's all I know.
okay.
But do you like for
do you buy
fun?
into
Are
it?
you
Do you buy
interested?
into it?
Yeah, I mean, I think for fun, I don't think it's real, but I think that it's
Yeah.
fun. Like,
It's-
I know
it's
all of my
it's
friends' signs.
So it's sort of like a
I think it's
coffee conversation, fun to joke around about. But you don't live by it.
No. No. Mm-mm.
So here's my question. I think this is pre-Enneagram. So when you say I'm a Capricorn, do you know certain things about me? Would you expect certain things about my personality?
Usually, like
Yeah.
I would relate you to other Capricorns that I know, and I'd be like,
Okay.
oh, okay, I can see that.
I
Pre-Enneagram.
had this discussion at a golf outing this past
Okay.
fall.
Okay.
How is every single person born on March 1? How does every person born on March 1 share similar qualities and traits?
I have no idea.
Like that to me is like I don't see how that's possible.
I don't know either.
But
Can't
anyways,
tell you.
because you are
But
born
it's
how many
so
days away from me?
interesting.
Just a couple.
But he's Capricorn.
I'm 23rd.
They're not the same.
He's 23rd.
Yeah.
Oh, because that
You're
changes.
Sagittarius. Yeah.
Wow.
That's why you guys are so different. Right.
Wow,
right.
2 days. Okay, all right, okay.
Let's do the lunar cycles and the
Okay,
stars.
all right,
and
all right,
it's pretty
all right.
interesting stuff. I think it's pre-Enneagram, pre all those Myers-Briggs stuff.
Okay.
I'll end this. I have this book that I bought a long time ago, and it's about birthdays, and it's related to astrology, and it'll give like a personality profile if you were born on this day, and here's the famous people born on this day, and here's other Scorpios, like in your case, and all that kind of stuff. And when we have guests over to our house, we have them read it, and they sign it on their birthday. So it's kind of a fun little
Oh.
home warming thing, whatever. But the details of it are pretty strikingly similar. Like it answers that. Like they'll do the personality profile, and you're like, oh, well, you can say that about anyone, but there's really differences.
Mm-hmm.
They're kind of similar.
I think so too. I found it similar enough that
I
I
mean-
buy into it enough to ask everybody what their sign is.
Okay, all right. I mean,
It's at least a conversation
Yeah.
starter.
it is.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
take it for what it's worth.
Okay.
Did you tell us about where you grew up?
I grew up in Plainwell, Michigan.
Plainwell.
It's not far from here. Yes.
Okay.
How long were you in Plainwell?
from birth until I graduated high school.
And now, but you work over in
Pawpaw.
Pawpaw.
Mm-hmm. My
So did you
husband's
build?
from Madeline.
Okay,
Mhm.
okay. So
Which
that's
is
how
right
you.
next door.
Okay, gotcha.
Mhm.
So in the past couple years, you've gotten married,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And your husband's name, Nick?
Nick. Mm-hmm.
Nick Bobo.
Bobo. B-O-B-O.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then you had a child.
Yes.
So
Eliza.
Eliza.
Yep.
And
Girl.
Nick is now in real estate with you.
Correct. Yep.
Yeah, tell us about your team. You mentioned another team member, so
Yeah.
tell us a little bit about your team and what they kind of do.
Okay, so I started my team with Jessie, and she's still on the team.
Say her last name.
Shukovsky.
Ah.
Shikuski.
Shukovsky. Yes. She's like cringing
Okay.
right now.
Yeah. Okay.
Go
So it's Shakovsky or Shakovsky?
She says it's like shut the door.
Okay.
I think cuss like you're cussing
Cuss.
somebody out, right? And ski.
Okay.
So,
Shakovsky.
Shukovsky.
All right. I got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
SC.
People
Just
need-
SC. It's
Yeah.
fine.
People
yeah.
need to know that.
Yeah. I always say Shukovsky. I think that's correct.
So
Actually,
what does she do?
She's a
for your
buyer
team?
agent.
Okay.
Mhm. Yeah, they're all pretty much buyer agents right now. But
Nick
yes, Nick too, and Chelsea.
and Chelsea.
Chelsea's the newest member.
Okay.
I think. Yeah, I think she started right after Nick, basically. Yep.
Okay.
hmm
So-
and I graduated with Chelsea. We've been friends since like 4th grade.
Okay.
And you're personal friends with Jesse.
Right. Right.
Okay.
hmm
From history, from long time
Yes.
friends. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So pretty tight knit group.
Yep. We like it that way.
Yeah.
At least I like it that way. I assume they like it that way.
Sure.
hmm
And then I know something interesting from. What are you laughing at? So you have 3 buyers agents. Are you the listing agent?
Pretty much, yeah.
Do you get leads? Tell me how it kind of works.
So we have it on a rotation. So I pretty much do listings and personal referrals. That's what I do. And then the girls get their personal referrals and then all of the paid for leads.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. And Nick does kind of like overflow because he's busy doing other things.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
So when I have a question. You have something unique in your team that I learned from you a while ago. Is that so? If I was a buyer's agent on your team, I would get a lead, convert it, show them, write a house. Then, what happens then? How do they meet you?
Okay. So I'm basically like the team admin
Yes,
for everybody. So as
So
soon as
every
it goes
closing.
pending. Right.
you're the leader
Mhm.
and the admin.
Right. So they get like all of our clients get like a welcome email from us as soon as they go pending. These are all your next steps, and then I check in with them throughout the transaction. So I'm still pretty involved.
So that's
With
kind of
all of
cool
the
because then
clients.
every client that comes to, whether it's from a buyer's agent or any a lead source, gets to meet you,
Right.
who would be the leader of the team,
Mhm.
and then you're problem solving all the way through. So you're working the pending part of it.
Yeah, the girls are still too, and Nick
Okay.
is. I mean, they're more like direct in line with them, but I like keep the file in order, make sure
Okay.
we have everything and everybody's doing fine.
I think that's a
I'm the
unique.
admin.
I think it's really
That's a unique sort of team arrangement because
yeah.
many teams will go with like the traditional like admin person and like the team leader who essentially, does a ton of listings and does a bunch of buyers as well. So
Right.
how did you fall into the role of admin, and then was it hard for you to pass off the buying portion of the business?
No, I just have a control issue, so I
Yeah.
don't want to.
Okay.
I mean,
Well,
that's
hey,
what it is.
Let's just all right. Fair
So-
enough.
No,
Yeah.
that's fine.
So that's why I do the admin thing. I like to do
Was-
that.
Was there any fear though when you like stepped out from being the person who was sort of like the face with like the buying process, or even when you sort of like passed the reins to the buyers, you don't seem to have you're willing to let go of control there.
Yeah, and that can be hard sometimes too. I mean, we talk about sometimes the girls don't vibe with our clients, and that can be a little bit stressful because I'm like, well, I would have done it this way.
Yeah.
But there's also those clients who wouldn't have liked me that really like them. So I have
Okay.
to like remember
Yeah.
that. But yeah, that is hard. I mean, it
Yeah.
is hard because you always think like, oh, I could have done it a little bit better, but that's not true. You just think that.
Being lifelong friends, don't you share like your sphere of influence? Like
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah, with Chelsea, most of her people who are like self-generated,
Yeah.
we graduated together with. But
Yeah.
that's great. That's fine. So then they have 2 people that they trust on their team. So that's kind
Mhm.
of nice, actually.
Do you know a little bit about your volume that you do as a team? Like
So this year we've done about 15 million, almost 15 million.
almost 15 million.
Yep.
How many,
Almost
how
16,
many
so we're super
transactions
close.
is that?
We're the last 12 months we're at 101. I checked yesterday, so I think we're at, I don't know, somewhere like plus 90 or something.
Okay.
To year to date.
Which is great.
Yeah.
So this is a well-oiled machine, and you're the
somehow.
admin. I think that's really interesting.
That's a lot of admin work. I mean, that's a lot of files to manage at any given time.
So what's your how do you you said you're a control freak and you like the details, I imagine. What do you use, a software? Do you just keep it all in your head?
I use Google Docs. My head.
Google Docs.
We use Google Docs. We have a spreadsheet, and every week we meet and they give me the updates on the things that I haven't gotten yet, and so I can get it right from them at the table what the latest update is week by week. Pretty easy.
Do you have a weekly meeting you guys do as a team?
Yep.
It's on Tuesdays?
Mm-hmm.
And that's just going through files, making sure everything's being done properly, updates
Yeah.
on buyers.
And if I think of something else to do, then
Yeah.
we do that, but pretty much just updates. Mm-hmm.
I think it's really interesting because if you're an agent and if you're trying to go into a team or you want to bring someone in, the hardest part for me is transferring that rapport. Like I know them and I'm going to give you over to this person. They're going to help you. I'm still going to be involved.
Mm-hmm.
But then there's always like that, I wanted you, Leo. And so I think that's really interesting because you have the ability to go, I'm still involved. They're going to go open the door and evaluate the house and stuff like that. But then when it comes right down to it, you still have you because you're running mission control, so to speak. I think that's really interesting. So,
what makeup of your business would be like the paid types of leads versus sort of natural organic types of leads?
We're about 55% referral right now and 45% paid for.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Referral or private, like just friends or something.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Do you track the numbers on the paid business? And so it's profitable?
Yeah.
And so?
Mm-hmm.
Do you mainly use like Zillow?
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
How many, just out of curiosity, so you're closing, let's just say you're closing like 45 paid deals or 40 paid deals or something like this? Or 40 like Zillow leads you'll close year to date maybe?
Yeah.
How many, if we just use that number hypothetically, how many people would you have to chase around to get to that number? How many leads come in?
Oh Lord.
Is it just tons?
I would have to check.
Yeah.
I would have to check. We get a lot of leads.
Yeah.
Usually. I mean in the springtime it's slowed down now, but like spring and summer they'll get 4 or 5 leads a day. I mean they get a ridiculous amount of leads.
Mm-hmm. Man.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
It's working.
It works. They're good on the phones. I mean, they do that's a big deal. You have to be good on the phones and you have to answer the phone when it calls, you know.
Absolutely. I'm actually curious how you got to here. So you were a solo agent to start?
No, I was on a team.
Okay, you were on a team.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Kind of your origin story. How do you come
And
to
so
real estate?
when you left the team, you then were totally on your own?
No,
Or
then
you
Jesse
immediately
came
Jesse
on
was in
right
the team.
afterwards. Mm-hmm. Yep.
And you guys were both listing, both selling, or
She was buyer agent.
right off the bat?
Mhm. She just started, so she
Okay.
came on. Yep. We were at Keller Williams
So
originally.
you were on a team
Yes.
and you were a buyer's agent on the team?
Right.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. For 2 years and then split off.
So 2 years and split off.
What was your first year on your own with Jesse like?
The first 6 months was really stressful because she was new. I was new at trying to manage somebody else and help her get started. So it was kind of stressful, but we figured it out.
Yeah.
And then it was great.
Yeah. Did you immediately start doing Zillow leads, or did you work your spheres right off the bat?
I immediately started
it was
doing
like
Zillow leads.
right off
Yep.
the bat, both of them.
Mm-hmm. So we've always done Zillow.
Okay.
It works.
Cool. Yeah.
How do you said about half your business is referral. How do you cultivate that?
I have no idea.
How do you get do you communicate with your database?
You guys use
or the-
social media, right?
Yeah, we do. We use social media. We email people. I mean, we do check-ins. Like, we try to do it relatively frequently, like quarterly or whatever. But I think that, I mean, I don't do it as often as I should.
Yeah.
And it just happens. I mean,
Yeah.
it just does. So people
And then
liked working with us. They come
that
back.
grows the more Zillow leads you
Right.
close. They become part of this referral network or your sphere of influence or
Right.
something like that.
Have you had Zillow leads that turn into like multiple clients over?
Yeah, Jessie has had a couple, actually, that happens. And she just keeps getting referrals from them.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great.
And friends, they buy her beer and stuff. I mean, she has like lifelong friends from Zillow leads.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I have a question for what does like a typical day look like for you, being a team leader? Like, are you a late night person, early person?
No, I wake
Is it
up at like
different every day?
8:30 and I go to bed at like 9. So I'm more of like I'm really good in the middle of the day.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's fine.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. We just do emails. We take calls. We answer questions that the girls have. I mean, it's normal stuff. You would assume. It's nothing.
Once you have
super
momentum,
exciting.
it kind of takes over.
Yeah.
And so,
Do you show houses at all?
Sometimes, not
Okay.
very often.
Yeah.
Just like friends and people who like make it clear that they don't want to work with a teammate.
Right. Past clients, people who worked with you before, basically.
Yeah. Well, most of past clients will work with a
Okay.
teammate, but some of them
Okay.
won't. And like friends, I'll work
Yeah.
with friends.
And do you go on all the listing appointments? So you're the listing agent, so you're on
Mhm.
every single listing appointment?
Right.
Okay.
With the exception of 2 when I was sick.
Okay.
Nick did
Okay.
those.
Okay.
Mhm.
How is it working with your husband?
It's okay most of the time. Most of the time it's good. Yeah, sometimes we're like on top of each other, you know,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
usually he's doing something else
Okay.
and I'm doing something else and it's not a big deal. The only headbutting that happens is when he's the newest. I mean, well, him and Chelsea, I guess, but he doesn't work as many leads as Chelsea does, so he feels like he's the newest. So if
Okay.
I want him to
Okay.
change something,
like time-wise, but
Do you have to
experience-wise.
sit
Right.
him down and give him a little, like a coaching lesson or like, how do you-
yeah.
like,
I
hey,
just
come
feel
on.
like we're in team meetings. I'm like, all right, how's everybody doing? And then I'm just like, all right, you two are doing great. You really need to work on this. And so that can be kind of hard, right?
Yeah, totally.
So yeah,
Yeah, that's
but otherwise it's fine. We're a good team.
It brings up an interesting point. Do you have like a sense of work-life balance? Like you shut real estate off and have like a separate kind of life, or is it all just kind of blended together?
It's all pretty blended together. Because even if I'm like trying to shut it off at nighttime, he's writing an addendum or something. So it's
Uh-huh.
all still kind of blended.
it
I
kind
think
of just becomes
will be.
part of life.
Mhm. Yeah.
So are there times when you get exhausted? Do you need a break? How do you recharge? Or are you just always going?
No, I think that usually this time of year is my recharge time.
Okay.
We were just kind of slow
Huh.
and we just wait for February and March till we start again. So this is just kind of like, this is my chill time.
Mhm.
So
You embrace it.
yeah, I think it's great.
Yeah.
Where I'm just kind of answering questions for the girls every now and then, just kind of dabbling, but it's not like 20 pendings and ridiculous.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So have you had any recent like aha moments? Like something that you're like, oh, that's cool. I want to change direction, or
I don't know about recent aha moments, but I was really sick last week and I had I kind of stopped paying attention to what the girls were doing and even what Nick was doing, and Nick went on some of my appointments for me, and that sucks. I don't like that because obviously control. And I came back and everything was fine, and the girls did the addendums they were supposed to do and they pended houses and things just kept happening without me. So I think that was kind of an aha moment. I don't know
Yeah,
if that'll
I think it
change my
is.
mentality at all, but it felt nice to know that the wheels didn't fall off.
It's nice
you
to know that all that effort and coaching and training is working.
Yeah, they do a good job. That's
Huh.
nice.
so. Do you have any questions?
No, not yet. I'm thinking of them.
Okay, what a part of well, you've kind of answered this, but is there a part of real estate that you think you're really good at? Like what part of it? Because there's a lot of different parts.
I think I'm good at problem solving.
Okay.
I think that's what usually the girls come and they'll ask and they'll be like, all right, this is what we have. How do we fix this? And usually I have the answer right away.
Yeah.
So I think I'm good at problem solving, and that's what I bring to them and their
Is there
business.
a part of your skill set that you'd like to be better at?
I mean, lead follow-up. I'm not very good at lead follow-up.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like we're like at an all right time, and so I usually, if I get a lead, I'll send it to them. I don't even
Mm-hmm.
deal with it. So,
All right, I have another question. Let's say I called you.
okay.
Now, who
heard
are
about
you calling her?
I'm a seller.
You're
Okay.
a seller. Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I go, hey, heard a lot about you, or so and so said I should give you a call. We're thinking about selling our house.
Mm-hmm.
Can you walk me through what happens next? Like, what's the process? If I called you out of the blue like that.
Oh, yeah. Well, I would just try to set up a meeting with you.
Okay.
Whenever you were available, we'd sit down. I'd send you an email with kind of like our intro video, like about us, our team and stuff. I'd send that to you.
Tell me more about that.
It just says, hi, I'm Jessica, and like we explain the benefits of being on our team, 5-star.
How did you record this? You do it
In
like,
my office? I don't
yeah,
know.
something. Okay,
Oh,
so
yeah,
it's,
it's
not,
just a it's just a video that we have. I send to everybody. It's generic.
okay.
So,
But they get to hear you talk.
yeah,
Get,
and they
get
see
a
me.
vibe for
yeah,
you.
yeah, so they can see my face, so they feel a little bit, hopefully, a little bit connected
Mm-hmm.
before we meet. And it has our little like seller packet involved, like attached to it as a PDF.
Mm-hmm.
And then I go meet with them. I'm pretty good at that. If people call me, I mean, that's like a hot lead. I'm good at
Yeah.
following up with those.
Yeah.
yeah.
But if it's like the Zillow lead that shows up, you're like, I'm gonna pass that off to the team.
Right. Yep.
Nick,
Yes.
you know what to do.
Yeah. No, usually the girls.
Go.
I usually send the girls those leads. Yeah.
I have a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
You recently opened up your own private office.
Right. Yep. Mhm.
How's that going?
Good. It's good. It's a huge amount of space, but it's nice.
Yeah.
We have closings there, and
Nice.
we decorate it.
Do you feel like people like I've never been to the office, but do you feel like people like is it like in like a centralized little downtown?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's right at the Four Corners
Okay.
of Papa. Mm-hmm.
So you're kind of a staple on that corner now.
Yeah.
Do you think that do you get people like walking in?
No, but
No.
our doors are frequently locked. We have a
Yeah.
really nice sign that says our doors are locked, but
Okay.
we're still working.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
We have dogs that roam free in our office.
Yeah.
So we like to have the door locked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah. Do you think it's a benefit having an office like that? Do you think having your name on the side of the building
That's
helps
what
give
it's
you
for, yeah, I
brand
think.
recognition and name
Yeah.
recognition?
Yeah. It's
Okay.
more like a free-ish billboard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a billboard that you can actually work out of.
Exactly.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
Is there? I have a question about if you had to start over.
Mm-hmm.
You know, maybe if you had to start your career over, what 2 or 3 things would you totally go all in for? Like how to get business or how to start your business again? Because now you have momentum, you have a team.
Right.
It's pretty much going.
So you start over in
With all the knowledge that I have, what would I do
Sure.
differently?
Yeah.
I don't know. I would probably put more money into Zillow off the bat.
Okay.
I think, because it was just kind of like, I mean, I was new and you only had so much money that you could spend per
Mhm.
month, but
Mhm.
I mean, we just ran with it. So
and it
I think
translated to income immediately.
it did. So I think that that's what I would do, because we didn't have as much referral business when we first started. So I think we would have gotten a bigger splash if we would have poured more money into that. Because we
Mhm.
spent the hours. I mean, we worked hard with it, with what we had, but that's what I would do.
Okay.
I have a question for you. So I've heard that in some areas, Zillow leads are like $400 per lead, $200 per lead,
Mm-hmm.
$150 per lead. What does it cost for a lead in?
So it depends on where you are. In our area, you can find, like, between like Hartford and Battle Creek, which is
Mhm.
what we do, you can find them from $40 to, I mean, there are like $250.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but depending on how badly other agents want that marketplace, the
Right.
price drives up.
Mhm.
Price point typically will indicate higher
Right.
price per lead.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, but then you also don't get as many leads sometimes. Sometimes
Yeah.
you're paying $250 a lead, but you only are guaranteed 2 leads a month.
Yeah.
So you have to just kind of.
How does it?
balance
So like, what are the chances of if like a lead comes? I mean, I kind of asked the question earlier, like how many leads are junk and how many are good. But like, if you're paying $200 a lead and like the phone rings, what are the chances of that person converting? Is it like 20%, 30%, 40%, 5%?
Well, I think that the chances of them being hot is probably like 10%.
Okay.
But I think that them being warm is probably like 25%.
Or landing him long term
Yeah,
necessarily?
yeah,
Okay.
warm. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's pretty
Warm
good.
or lukewarm.
Those are
Yeah,
pretty good.
I think so.
Where you can
Mhm.
convert
We
them
can
over
incubate
time,
them.
that
Yeah.
you kind of turn them back into. Okay.
Do you have an incubation system, like for the
Mm-hmm.
the lukewarm or maybe colder? We'll buy it next year.
Yep.
You know, something like that. You have a process for that.
Yeah. Both the girls
Excuse
have
me.
2 different things. Chelsea uses Zillow, Nick uses Zillow, and Jesse uses Top Producer.
Okay.
Okay.
Mhm.
So you leaned into Zillow with some of their auxiliary, like, I don't know, they have a CRM or a lead tracker or
Yeah.
incubator or stuff like
It
that.
just comes with it. Yeah, which is,
Okay.
it's a good system. I like it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
So that's really
It's
interesting.
generic.
So some people think that there's a secret
Mm.
to success in real estate. like a secret sauce. Would you agree with that? Do you know what it is?
I don't know what it
You
is.
don't-
I don't think that there's a secret sauce. I think that you just have to put in the hours and do what you're good at, and it'll work out.
Yeah.
If you work hard.
I have a question for you. Jacqueline Gettings wants to know if you use Zillow exclusively, or if you tried other programs as well. Like, what success do other programs have compared to Zillow if you've tried them?
We used Realtor.com at the same level as Zillow when we first started, and it was horrible. It was really, really poor. So we took all the money out of Realtor.com and poured it into Zillow the second year. I mean, we probably closed 2 Realtor.com leads in the first year, which is ridiculous compared to Zillow, which was, like 30.
Oh, gosh. Pretty easy decision then.
Zillow was more expensive, but still
Yeah.
per lead. But
They're kind of like the big boys on the block.
Yeah.
So I want to go back to this listing. When I called you to come list my house, when you actually came, so I'd get a video and you kind of your pre-package, your PDF, which would be great. Do you come with a presentation? Do you have comps? Do you have a net sheet? What do you do? What do you do when you sit down with at my house?
I usually don't come with comps. I usually come and I tell them up front that I'm going to come, I'm going to meet you, I'm going to check out the house, and I will get back to you within 48 hours with a pricing, and then I send them a video where I talk about
Another
the
video.
Oh, you send a video describing
right, and then
what
I
is-
have the comps, and I attach the comps to the email.
Oh, that's interesting.
So I'm
That is
talking to them again, so then I don't have to go back out for a second appointment, but they still feel like, oh my gosh, she made a whole video, and it takes
Right.
like
Versus
3
just an
minutes.
email that says, hey, here, I think your price point is this range here.
Right, but instead I'm talking to them, and I have a scripted email, so it just kind of changes a couple of things. That every video is basically the same, but it changes, which comps,
Yeah.
and then here are your comps, and I walk through them, and these are why.
Oh wait, so the video isn't specific to me?
Well,
It's
it
kind of
is, but it's like a generic template.
She has her email that has like the template, and then the video is customized to them.
Gotcha.
So,
Okay.
Yeah, but it
So
still
I heard
has
that wrong. Okay.
well, it has a no, you think you heard it right. It has a template in it. I mean, it all says basically the same thing. So I walk through comps, and this
So
is
you just
why it
follow the
compares
same-
this out. Basically, yeah. So it's customized to you. Like every house
you
is
follow a
different,
plan.
obviously, but so I make sure that I hit all the points. But it's only about 4 minutes long every time.
How'd you come up with that idea?
I have no idea.
You're just like, this is good.
It's really cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just thought that it was I send them a video the first time, and I feel like I've read articles that the more you can get in front of somebody,
The better.
they feel more attached to you. So, and they seem to, and I don't have to go back out there,
Yeah, and they're like,
And most of the time, they don't want you to come back out there.
and they reply with, great, let's do it.
Right. They do. They like
That's
the
awesome.
video. I don't know. They like it. So
Oh,
it
that's
works.
interesting. That's a really cool idea.
What do you do in the house? Like if you were to come over, do you try to build rapport?
Yeah.
Do you win them over? Just look at the house? Is it
Oh,
like
yeah, we were trying to be
20
buddies
minutes?
with them. No, it's usually about 45 minutes to an hour, I would
Wow.
say. Yeah, listing appointments are pretty long, I would say.
And you don't bring up prices or numbers or comps?
No, I try not to because
What
I
are you
haven't seen their
talking about?
house yet. I want to make sure that it's like.
What are you talking about to me for 45 minutes?
I have no idea. I don't know. Most people just like to talk to me for a long time. I have no idea. I think it takes about 45 minutes. Yeah, that would be
This
normal.
is your secret.
I don't.
Whatever that is,
Mm.
that works for you.
People like talking about their house.
Yeah.
So if you let them talk about their house, they'll talk to you for a good 45
That's
minutes.
the secret, though. You're there listening.
There you go.
They're not telling you groundbreaking stuff, but you're caring for them and you're learning and you're gathering information and
Sure.
vibing.
There you go. Silver bullet.
I'm trying to
as say.
encourage you.
Sure.
How do you
Sure.
handle it when someone's like, yeah, we're thinking this house is worth like $245, but it's like worth $210?
Okay, so if people are being a little bit irrational during the meeting, I have looked at comps before
Yeah.
I come there.
Okay.
But I usually, their house is different than anything available online unless it's more recently sold.
Yeah.
So it's kind of hard for you to
Yeah.
get a good price point until you get there. But yeah, we'll come up with, the house around the block.
So you
sold
might
for
be like,
this.
yeah, I did.
Yeah, but I'll come back with some comps
Okay.
and I walk them through exactly how we reach the pricing. So in my video, so I don't. I feel like people usually agree. Sometimes they'll call me up, well, we think that this. Okay, well, how did you come up with that? They have no idea.
Yeah,
So
they're
they
just
just-
shooting for a number they really would
Right,
like to see.
Right, but I would really like a new kitchen in my new house.
Yeah,
So I'd like
Right.
$30,000 more.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. That makes sense. Unfortunately,
Yes.
I can't do
But
that.
the
for you.
Zestimate says,
Yes, the Zestimate. No. Yeah, no.
Okay, so you have a nice way to sort of like move that over to the right price.
Almost always, yeah.
Yeah.
With the exception, some people don't vibe with me, but usually,
So when someone
yeah.
says no, we're wanting 245.
Mhm.
You're like, I'm so sorry, I'm not going to list your house.
Right. I will usually in my emails I'll tell them what their house is worth in the video, and I'll tell them I'm comfortable listing up to this amount. So there's not a question.
Yeah, you give like a range, like,
Right.
hey, this is where I think we're on the high end, but I'm willing to go for it.
Yes. So if they say when we're meeting that they want to do 240 and I'm telling them it's worth 210, I'm willing to go up to, 217.5
Right.
if it makes you happier.
Right. Right.
It makes you feel like we
Right.
tried, but I'm not doing 240. And they kind of get that vibe. I don't say I'm not doing 240, but they get that. I'm not going to go that high.
They sometimes need a little dose of reality, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the only time you're like in their house with them?
I usually come back for photos, and we also do staging. So some
Okay.
people need staging, and we do free staging with our
Okay.
listings. So I'll come back and I'll do that too.
And then you're there for the photos?
Right,
Do you
'cause I
take
have to-
them?
No,
Oh.
no, I don't. But
You're there to
photographers
kinda-
don't do a good job if you're not there. So I have to
Yeah.
be there and like move
Throw
the
that seat
pillows
out.
and make sure that the blinds are straight. So I
Yeah.
always go there for the photos.
Okay.
Mhm.
Interesting. And then when you get an offer, do you present it in person? Is there other videos?
I go case by case. Some
Okay.
sellers, you just get the vibe that they want you there, and some don't. They just want to know right now. Like,
Yeah.
I would be the person, I'm not going to wait for you to come over to my house. Like, you need to tell me over the
Just
phone
fire
what
the
it is,
PDF
send
to
it to
me,
me.
I'll take a
Right,
look at it, yeah.
right. So you just have to kind of gauge that. And I'll
Okay.
give them the option every time.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any other videos you do?
We have a buyer video, like if we're getting a vibe that a buyer's trying to like choose between different agents, we'll send them a video about why us.
Yep.
And there's also a FSBO video, like why are you choosing a FSBO? We have that video.
Yep.
Is it always you, or is it the team, or is it
No, it's me.
just always you?
When you
probably
make
include them.
when you make these videos for like pricing, are you like self-conscious? Do you watch the video again and then delete it, or
Yeah.
just like one shot, boom, done?
Well, it's scripted, so like it's
Okay.
kind of hard for me to if I
you stutter-
fumble up, I'll just rewind it and
Okay,
start again.
okay.
It's not that big of a
Is there
deal.
dogs in the background and?
No, my dog is really good. He'll just stay on the ground.
Okay.
Jesse's dogs are allowed upstairs, but they're upstairs.
Do you record it right on your computer, just like right from the?
I recorded on my phone.
Okay.
Actually, I
Like
have
a
a little
little
tripod.
tripod thing.
Yep, I have a little phone tripod.
And do you use like an Apple Movie app or something like that to put it together?
I have an Android.
Oh,
so,
sorry.
I don't know
I
what you're
I
talking
should have
about.
never assumed that. I shouldn't have made that. I shouldn't have made that assumption.
Nope.
That's really cool. I think that's really interesting. Let's say some people watching or who will watch this and stuff like that, and they were like, wow, I would love to be like Jessica Steele Bobo or do that amount of business, or that's cool. How did she do that? Do you have any advice for someone who's maybe newer or someone who's like plateaued and gone, how do I go to the next level? Do you have any words of advice?
I have always thought that I wouldn't be as successful as I was if I wasn't on a team first. I feel like that helped you kind of hone your skills while getting free leads, essentially, because you're paying by giving a lot of your commission to somebody else,
Sure.
but you're learning. So I wouldn't have not done 2 years with that team. I think that it's a good thing to do, or to get a mentor who is actually going to mentor you.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was really helpful.
Yeah.
I don't know about plateauing. Try something else. Buy
Yeah.
Zillow leads. I know people are against them. I think that it works really well.
Yeah.
There's definitely two camps, aren't there?
Yeah.
There's
And I
this-
don't do the Zillow. The girls really do the Zillow. And I just kind of stay on them about making sure they follow up with the leads. But we just I do referrals. So,
Yeah.
and they get to that point too. I mean, Jesse's is slowly starting to, because she's been there the longest,
Yeah.
slowly starting to turn where a higher percentage is referral based. So eventually you'll just get there.
Yeah.
I'm still curious about how that happens. How do you get referrals? Do you have like a newsletter? Do you drip them? Do you mail them?
No.
Do you?
We like their photos on Facebook. We're their buddies. We invited them to our Halloween party. We had a Halloween party at our office. So even the people who didn't
So even-
come, I feel like it's a touch, Like
Yeah.
people
Yeah.
like
But,
that stuff.
you did say that you guys are active on social media. You're out
Yeah.
there. You're communicating, right?
So they're just maintaining those connections
Yeah.
over time, and it's just growing. There's a lot of people that have, like, you send the calendar, or you do, you know what I mean? They're more systematized.
Is like a more structured communication strategy something you guys would like to do, or are you just like, we're cool with what we have?
I'm currently cool with what we have just because it'd be more work for me.
Yeah, because you're
personally.
the admin. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm okay with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, we did what, like 38 minutes?
38 minutes, just like that.
Did it feel like it was quick or long?
It felt like 38 minutes.
Did it?
Did it?
Okay. I was hoping you were like, it flew by.
That's great.
All right.
Well, I wanted to thank you again for sharing all this stuff. It's really interesting. I know you've said earlier you think you're boring and stuff like that, but you're not. It's really interesting stuff because it's just a little bit different than I don't know any other team who is the leader.
No,
is
you
the
have a
admin.
really unique team structure, which is interesting.
And you use
it
videos
works.
and you go. So what? I'll buy leads.
I've honestly never
We'll
heard
do
of
it.
someone doing pricing via video, so that's actually totally fascinating.
Do it. It's easy.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
It's really cool.
That's a pretty cool, interesting touch that I've never thought of.
I heard about this probably a year ago that you did this,
Mm-hmm.
and so I tried it.
Yeah. Did you
And-
like it?
Well, I thought I was a little crafty, and I had like a Star Wars entry theme.
Oh,
you know what
yeah,
I
you
mean?
told me
And
about
I
this.
started to do the
Were you
production
wearing
stuff.
helmets?
No. And then I did it, and the clients really enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
It was like I did it after we had an accepted offer because like that timeline,
Mm-hmm.
and so I wanted to go. Hey, I want to let you know just what the next steps are, and and I have that verbiage down. But I was really self-conscious, and so it's interesting. You just send it off and do it.
Mm-hmm.
Like I did it, and I'm like, I don't know if I should do it. I'll do it because I said I would. Then I was nervous about it.
You should
And
have.
then my wife saw it and goes, I don't think you should do that again.
I think
Oh,
it's like,
really?
man.
Oh, no.
I think you should try it again, but this time have like a lightsaber, like carve the
Yeah.
price, like and put the price on the screen.
So I think it has more to do. I have to be
Too
more
fancy
comfortable
for
with
me.
myself
That'd be good, though.
on camera, and
Yeah,
and,
it's hard.
You're on camera all the time. I feel like you would be fine at it.
well, it's a work in progress.
Yeah.
So.
People like it. And they never read your emails. I mean, they just go to the attachment. They just skim them. I feel like 50% of people don't read it if you do a whole bunch of stuff. It's
That-
better than a phone call, I think.
Yeah,
That's
it's,
where you're-
it's
you're
super
at.
cool. I think it's interesting.
Yeah, you're ahead of the curve because video is how people are consuming information on Facebook and everything.
So traditionally at this point in the video, I go for high five.
Oh, okay.
So I gotta make sure Dom gets this.
Oh,
Got it.
great.
Thanks.
Thank you for driving all the way up here.
Sure.
We really, really appreciate it.
Mhm.
And thank you for
Thanks
sharing.
for
Thank you for
having
being
me.
willing to share. This is so helpful. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay,
Bye,
see everybody.
everyone. I'm not sure who's next week.